So hi, I'm Jill. I just finished a major remodel project with New Spaces, and I had worked with them a number of years ago in my living room where they helped put in a coffered ceiling in my 1920s house, which I love. It looks like it was original to the home, absolutely beautiful. And then more recently, I worked with them to add an ensuite bathroom in the primary bedroom and then remodel the original only full bath that the home had upstairs and an adjacent guest room. And the process was fantastic. It was the most stress-free remodel project I've ever gone through, even though it was significant and I ended up moving out of the house for the 4 months during the project. Couldn't be happier with how it turned out. They just had so many good ideas, right? I had my own ideas about what I wanted and what I needed for my lifestyle, but they also had other ideas, a lot of which I incorporated. For example, in the original existing bathroom, they had the idea to add a pocket door to open up to the adjacent room that I use as a guest room. And so now when I have guests, they'll have their own ensuite bathroom where you can shut the door to the hallway and they have their own private bathroom, which is fantastic, right? That's what everybody wants when you're staying at someone else's house. And then the primary bathroom is gorgeous, absolutely looks amazing and really looks like it fits in the house and was always here. And then additionally, a lot of cabinetry and storage in the primary bedroom. And when you have an old home, it always comes with tiny closets that don't really work for modern day living, especially for my shoe collection. And so I'm thrilled to have elegant, beautiful cabinetry that again looks like it could have been original to the home. The process started with meeting with Bjorn and talking about what I needed, what I wanted, and then other things I might wish for. That's where he actually had the idea of adding that pocket door from the existing bath to the guest room, as I talked more about the fact that I love to entertain, I love to have out-of-town guests and family stay with me, and so that was his idea. And then after that, we met with Allie, the designer, and talked through things again, and then she had great ideas as well. And so she came back with 3 different plans, all of which I loved, made it hard to decide. But then we narrowed in at one, but took some things from the other plans that we incorporated that I liked, and it then ended up coming up with the final solution. And one thing that was so interesting is adding a bathroom, where it didn't exist before. The challenge was, where are we going to run the plumbing without having to go into the living room ceiling, which was directly below the primary bedroom. And they ended up using the beams that they had put in years ago for the coffered ceiling. So I actually have plumbing running through the beams in my living room, and then they put the beams back together so you can't see it's there. And it was an absolutely perfect solution. Yeah, I'm excited to have my first overnight guests and for them to have their own beautiful private space and for me to have my own private space, right? It's hard. A lot of people who have older homes like mine, you live with one full bathroom. And when you have, multiple adults living in the house and everyone trying to shower at the same time, it's always a pain. And so I'm very much excited to never really have to deal with that again with 2 full bathrooms. New Spaces made the process so easy. Number one, working with a great designer who has great ideas, right? That takes the stress out of deciding. And she would give me 2 or 3 choices to choose from, which I would love most of them, right? And pick something. So that takes a lot of time and stress off of me in the process. And then also the communication from New Spaces was really exceptional. So the lead carpenter on my project, Sean, was fantastic. I would get a status report every Friday with photos, which was really fun. I always look forward to it, of what had happened that week, and then a summary of what would be happening the next week. And if he had questions or things came up during the week, he was quick to text or call me if he needed to work through things. And I really appreciated that fantastic communication is what made it feel so easy. New Spaces is a remodeling firm you can work with that is going to focus on you and actually take the time to get to know you, how you live, what you want from your space, and then help you realize things you probably maybe didn't even dream of yet yourself and help you build that into reality.